I actually changed my shirt because I watched your video for Moving On, and I'm a massive fan of The Lighthouse. Have you seen The Lighthouse?
Oh yeah, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the director of the video, I just told him kind of what I wanted, and this guy's a genius. He's just such a visual mastermind, because we couldn't do videos because of the pandemic. We can't fly everybody out to LA and shoot videos. I was like, man, I've always wanted to make artsy videos. Can you put this down? And I just gave him a little bit of what was in my head, and he just went with it. And I love the demons. I love the devil. And my manager was like, why the is what's all the devil shit? And I'm like, come on, bro. So I love it, man. I appreciate you taking the time and watching that shit.
You and I have something in common, because from what I understand, we're both guys that are sober, right?
Ah, you're one of my guys.
Yeah. So
you're one of my guys.
I'm going to just qualify just so you can see. So yeah, I don't know if we're in that same
How many
group.
years you got? Holy shit. You have
a lot of
28.
20. I forget now. I'm 28. Yeah. I got sober when I was 21. I'm 49. So when I heard,
you are not 49.
Yeah. Wow. So when I heard "Hate Me," I related big time to it because I was full into my sobriety. So I really always gravitated towards that song and to your songwriting because you were coming from a place that I understood.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got my bucket full of chips also. I've got my CA meetings. I've got my NA meetings. I've got my AA meetings. I've got my, this is the most fantastic one I ever went to.
Okay.
Whew. This is called a CMA meeting.
What's CMA?
Crystal Meth Anonymous.
There's a CMA.
Don't ever fucking go to a Crystal Meth Anonymous meeting. Nothing but tweakers, man. And I was a tweaker. So I was like, I don't ever want to leave. I said to my wife, don't ever let me go to one of those meetings again.
When I watch Get Back Up,
thank you.
I get where you're coming from.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The fact that you took an hour and 45 minutes out of your life to really watch it means a lot, because especially with people like us who are just grateful for another day and just grateful to be able to see the miracles around us, and plus be able to be in the music industry is just insane, and what a freaking blessing it is, right?
Yeah.
I've got 8.5 years sober. I mean, but it's the best 8.5 years of my life. I cannot tell you the things that have happened in the last 8.5 years that are just, it would blow your freaking mind. The fact that it's happening now when I have kids and a beautiful marriage and a studio at my home, and I'm able to create, I'm able to be a real man these days. I'm able to be a father. I'm able to be a businessman. I'm able to be a president of a label. Like, I would never have been able to do that in the old days, man.
Yeah.
I was like an adult with diapers on, walking around for someone to change my diaper. Yeah. You know, it's awful, but I just appreciate you taking that time, man. Thank you. And congrats on your 28 years.
Yeah, it's been a long road, you know, and it's funny because I always love hearing stories of people that come back from behind and then conquer things, but because I know what kind of a struggle it is just to get through a day sometimes. So it's nice to see that you've put yourself out there and that you've done this documentary to actually peel back the curtain a little bit, because I think some people might have thought, judging from the music, that you might have been consistently like this, but it's not always forever. I mean, we can, from one day to the next, things can change. So the fact that you're able to really put that out there after already maybe coming out and putting that out there and saying that I'm sober, it takes a lot. So I want to applaud you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, when I put Hate Me out, I wasn't sober. I thought sober meant I wasn't doing heroin and crystal and cocaine.
Right. Yeah.
But sober means you don't smoke freaking pot, you don't freaking drink, you don't pop pills. Yeah. I mean, come on. You know what I'm talking about. We're the biggest liars in the world, and we're good at it. And we're so good at believing our own bull.
Yes.
We're so good at living in a fantasy world.
Yes.
So I was the biggest monster of what I call self-pity. Dude, my character defects were just, oh my God. And I displayed them for everyone. So when I actually went and got sober, I couldn't come out and just go, hey, I'm sober, guys, because they would have been like, wait, hold the what? So it was actually, and you're going to laugh at me, first year I got out of rehab, I said, I don't know how I'm going to freaking do this on my own. So I hired a company to piss test me. No. This is even funnier. Okay. I didn't hire them. They gave me a scholarship in rehab. They said, what's your who's the best student here that shows the most potential? We're going to give them a $5,000 1-year free piss testing to secure their sobriety. And I was like, yes, Mom. I called my mom and I said, I got a scholarship. The only scholarship I've ever gotten. It's free piss testing for a year. So they piss tested me randomly for a year every week, no matter where the I was. If I'm in San Francisco touring, I had to stop what I'm doing and find a piss test place.
Yeah.
Hold myself accountable. To thine own self be true.
Right.
How bad did I want the meth back then? I would go to the ends of the earth to get it.
Yeah.
You know, so you will go find a piss testing place. So it was really cool that first year being in that highly responsible mode of really taking care of myself and putting sobriety first over everything, even my family. But that's when I said, when I first got out of rehab, I was like, you need to put cameras on everything because I know I won't use if it's being filmed.
Right.
I know that I will not fail if I know people will watch, because if I fail, they don't want to be like, oh, the documentary was great. Oh yeah, he f***ed up again. Oh, poor Justin. You know, so it started out as that, but then after a year came by, I felt so grateful, and the sky opened up. You remember that, your first year?
Yeah.
After that first year, you're like, I did it.
Yeah.
I like me now.
Yeah.
I believe in Santa Claus again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I believe in love.
Yeah.
What is relationship? What is intimacy? What is, oh my God, what is God? What is faith?
Yeah.
And I get chills talking about it. Look at this. I said, you got to keep the cameras rolling.
Yeah.
Kids are being born. Relationships are being mended. So we kept them on for 7 years. The 7 years that happened were just so magical and so beautiful. And I'm just so happy that nobody came to me in the 5th year and said, dude, I did an interview with your brother. You f***ed him up. You need to go apologize. I didn't know all this the whole time until I saw the documentary.
Right.
Because they wouldn't let me watch it. So I found out a lot of by watching the documentary. Then I had to go remake an amends.
Yeah.
Remake an amends. You know?
Yeah.
You know, you smell what I'm stepping in.
And this is the thing, you know, you talk to a lot of bands, not even talking about it from an addiction point of view, but just these bands that have the chance to have success, go away, lose it, and then achieve it again. It's always so much better because you have so much more of an appreciation for it the second or third time around. Because you realize how lucky you were to get it the first time.
You have to live and you have to learn. When your parents tell you don't touch the oven and you touch it, you learn.
Oh yeah.
Hurts.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, come on, you and I grew up in the rock and roll world. Yeah. I mean, our heroes were people that passed away because of either drugs or rock and roll, or somebody that was on drugs. Or I looked up to Kurt Cobain, Jean-Michel Basquiat, the painter, Andy Warhol, Shannon Hoon of Blind Melon. And it's like, these are the people that passed away because they didn't take care of themselves. And wherever I went, the festivals I used to play with Korn and Papa Roach and Stone Temple Pilots. I mean, there was everything everywhere, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I had to learn by putting my hand on the oven and keeping it there for a while. But it's when I had kids and when I lost all my relationships at radio, respect from people around the country at radio, and I had really had some people that respected me. When I lost that respect because of my lies, my bullshit, my embarrassing of them, not showing up, canceling. Yeah. That's when it was like, what's going on here? So I'm just super grateful. Yeah. And I'm skinny now. Like, what the hell? You get sober and you get in shape, right? You should see me. I look like a chubby penguin back then. During Hate Me, I wake up in the freaking suit. I'm like, hate me today, blah.
But listen. The thing is, there was talent there. You know, I think the last time I checked, it was at like 75 million views. I mean, that song was the springboard for you guys, and there's a reason why. Because so do I, and because I'm sure, you know, listening to it with sober ears and watching it with sober eyes, it's a great depiction of someone going through that. So no matter what, you have to give yourself that credit that you did capture that, and that's rare that someone can capture that.
Hey, the songwriting back then, I mean, I think God, I'm like, God, thank you for leading me. For music and songs saved my life, because I would have just sat in my room and done dope. Right. That's all I would have done. But I used dope as an experimental process to write. And so, and then it got out of hand. So when I listen to Hate Me or Into the Ocean, I think, how did you do that? Yeah. I'm so proud of you, Justin. Like, you pulled through and you showed your vulnerable side through that pain, and you were asking for help, literally asking for help in a song, you have done great. Even in that pain, you did great. So I still listen to those songs, and I'm so proud of them. You know, I'm so proud of them. It was the way I acted and the way I presented myself that I'm so ashamed of. Like, I
Yeah.
look back at the way I dressed, the way I did interviews.
Yeah.
Everything was so dramatic and so sad, and oh my
Yeah.
God. Like, Jesus, I would have been like, that guy, get him out of our station. Let's not have depressing guy back.
Right. Yeah.
Boy, he put a Debbie Downer on the party.
Tell me a bit about get back up out now in the time that we're living in, because it's got to be a bit of a challenge.
It's, for me, I always approach art now, not for a position, not to get famous, not to be number one, not to, I own the independent label that does it all. I get to run the label. That's such a blessing. As long as I have a roof over my kid's head and I tour for a living and my wife loves me and still thinks I'm hot, I guess, then I'm the richest man in the world.
Yeah, I hear you.
When I set out to do this documentary and then I saw it when it was done, all I ever said to myself is all I wanted is to take this piece of art to the rehab that gave me this new life and give it to them and go, show this to your kids.
Right.
Because that's all I wanted out of it. So now that it's out, it was supposed to be out. We were all supposed to go to movies and watch it together and have big premieres. But I think it's perfect because everybody's going through just such a tough time right now.
Yeah.
It's not about ego. It's not about being famous. It's about just finding something of hope out there. And I think that this provides it. And it gives people just oh, damn it, you know what? I feel good.
Yeah.
There are good things in life. If it helps somebody, if it guided somebody to the steps or guided somebody to know that there's recovery possible and that they don't ever have to pick up again, that's such a blessing.
You know, a lot of people talk about the pandemic and how, oh, this is so bad. But for this particular piece of art, you couldn't have asked for a better storm in terms of people having people's attention and having people in one stationary place able to pay attention. And yes, the message is it's on brand right now for what's going on in the world. That's for sure.
It is our responsibility as 12-steppers. If you're I'm a 12-stepper. Yeah. As a 12-stepper, it is my responsibility on step 12 is to spread the message. Yeah. So the only thing I know how to do is spread the fucking message. Yeah. Because it saved my life and it's free. Who else doesn't want something free that's good? Yeah. Yeah. It's the only thing that's free.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with recovery is that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people will ask me, how did you do this? Like, where did you go? Did you go? I never went to a rehab. I just went to a meeting. I love the fact that, you put this out and then you've got a song like Moving On that comes out. Tell me a bit about putting that song together and the writing process now for you versus the writing process for you in the early 2000s.
The writing process for me in the early 2000s was I, would just kind of brain fart songs out. Something would be on my head I would have to be going through something and it'd be a balloon and it'd pop and the song would come out. Now it's a craft. Now I can carefully think about what I want to say, how I feel, and then I can sit and I can write it. I come into the studio from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, unless I got to pick up my kids at 3:30. And
we all know that. We all know Eric, that 3:30,
right? 3:30. My partner Eric works with me here. He's the head engineer of the studio, so I can come in and if there's anything in my head, I can tell him, and we can get it all out, right? When we did the documentary, there was a lot of songs that I'd been working on also because I'm just in that frame of mind. 7 years of doing a documentary, it finally comes out. And I said, Eric, listen to this. And I had this, I've been hurt, but I'm moving on. So long. And I kept seeing like all the things that I've been hurt by, and I just kept going, man, this is such bullshit. Move the hell on, you little baby. Come on, dude. Are you going to sit there and play victim for the rest of your damn life? Or are you going to shine after you just put that documentary out? And are you going to walk the fucking walk and show them what happiness looks like? And then Eric and I sat here and we literally finished the song in like 2 days. We just said, let's just finish this. We got to sit here and finish it. And we finished it. And it just became one of those, it would have been more of a David Bowie style. Like, let's dance. It'd been like, I'm moving on. Boom, 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 boom. That's what it would have been. But then Eric said, let me take it home. I've got an idea. Just hold off on your production. So I said, usually I go like, what do you mean? This is my production. But he went home. Shut up, Eric. And he went home and he came back with that blam, 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 to make it a little darker, to make it a little smoother, a little simpler. And we just let the kick drum and we let the claps not get in the way of the vocal. And we just gave it to Mark Needham, who mixed the Killers, Hot Fuzz, and he just blared it through the speakers. So without Eric twisting it that way, it would have been a completely different song.
Right.
And without me having the craft and the sobriety and the right mind of going, it's 10 a.m., let's get to work. It's 6 p.m., stop working.
Right.
It's such an honor to be able to portray that. Plus, I mean, you got to say, when I was doing the song, writing it, of course I thought about people like my ex-wife, you know, thought about people like that have done me wrong. My favorite line in it is, you're not good for the soul. The one who cares less always has control.
Right.
So I'm taking that back, and you'll be amazed that I only get better looking with age. So there's a little bit of sarcastic and fun in it too. It's just kind of going, hey, I'm laughing at the world, man. I'm a happy son of a bitch.
Well, and that alludes back to what you were saying when we started chatting about that angry guy that would show up at the radio station. The guy in the Hate Me video that took everything so seriously, so emo, but learning how to laugh at yourself is the most freeing thing. I just thought it was nice that Moving On was really a nice bookend to that documentary, because it just really shows that, okay, things are going in a different direction now.
Yeah. And once again, I mean, radio is different now. The world is different now. Eric and I have taken it upon ourselves to invest in media equipment. So now we're doing nothing but just every Tuesday night, I'm having meetings for people in recovery where we walk through the steps. We did 28 weeks? Yeah, we're on 28. We did 28 weeks of stepping, of first step through 12 steps. And then I was like, okay, so now, and we did intense shit, right? And we had like 3,000 people watching this. And I don't know, maybe 100 actually got a notebook out and wrote things down. But we walked them through each one of the steps for an hour. And then at the end of it, we were like, you know what, for the next 5 weeks, let's just do a bunch of fun covers, right? And then next Tuesday, we start back to, okay, where are you guys on the steps? Because there's nobody can go to meetings. You know what I do for hardcoreness?
What?
Check this shit out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I get a hot chocolate at 9 p.m. when I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I go outside and I have one cigarette.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Like, that's how crazy I get these days. And that to me is like all day. I'm like, oh yeah, that fucking hot chocolate is going to be good.
It's great that you're staying connected, because at the end of the day, you're also you're a performer, right? So you're still going to want to want to have a platform.
It's just, I want my platform to stand for positivity and enjoying life. Yeah. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter who's doing what in politics, no matter what, we're here to be happy, joyous, and free. And us as humans, that up with all of our opinions, our expectations, and our little woe is me. I mean, if you just had flowers, food, and family, damn, man, come on, it's so simple. If you just chill the out and enjoy your life and be grateful that you're not in a car wreck, be grateful that you're not in a hospital with cancer, be grateful. I mean, come on, how hard is it to be grateful?
Tell me about what's the next step for you.
Shoot, man, I'm all prepared, bro. Next step is we release the album October 23rd. It comes out, and then check this shit out. I'm writing a Christmas play, right?
Okay.
It's called A Blue Christmas, and we're going to do a live stream, huge sound stage. I'm going to have a living room setting. It's going to be like David Bowie, Bing Crosby kind of thing.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite Christmas. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
What kind of music do you do? I'm a contemporary singer. That was my jam growing up, definitely.
Me too, bro. Yeah. But it's going to be a play, about Christmas miracles, and a mailman comes to the door at the beginning, gives me a letter saying that my family won't be coming because of a snowstorm, and then I look outside and I wish upon a Christmas star, and then Ryan, my violinist, knocks and he comes in and we play some Christmas carols. We're having a contest where they write in a letter, and someone that is needy, we're going to give away a $10,000 help for Christmas for somebody that needs something. It's going to be so cool and so magical. And then after that, I'm working on another album right now. We've written close to 76 ideas since COVID started, me and Eric.
Wow.
Like it's crazy. We are working on so much right now that we're just going to keep putting it out, keep putting it out. I'm going to write more plays, do more. I mean, it's just the sky is the limit. It really is.
It's not, you know
I
what,
just
dude?
can't sit still.
It's nice to see that that sobriety and all this is looking that good on you, because man, it's an honor to be able to have that, as you know. So
It is. I've seen some miserable sober
yeah.
people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I, my friend, am not one of them.
Yeah, and I bet if you told the hate me guy that you were doing this Christmas thing, he'd probably look at you and go, "What?
That's not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
The f- is that cool? That's not cool." And I'd be like, "Neither are you, you bloated penguin." You know.
Listen, I really appreciate you taking the time, man. It's great to see you in fine form. Congratulations on everything, and keep
Thank
it up,
you.
man. It's nice to see that there is another way out, because a lot of people, you know, especially now, I think a lot of people could use that message.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you mind if I take a screenshot of us
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
post?
Yeah, do it, man.
Okay, smile for me, buddy. That's rocket.